The funny thing is, at the beginning of all this, the XFL, it wasn't even being taken serious, but now looking back on it, maybe we should have took it serious. We haven't talked about the XFL in about, it was 3 weeks ago, because that's when the XFL fans were mad because the refs said you can't do the beer snake anymore, and that's where they stacked the cups on cups on cups. So, in retaliation, saying, oh, you want to take our beer snake away, we're throwing lemons on the field. Even till this day, I still have questions as to how fans got their hands on whole lemons. I could understand if you had like 1/4 of a lemon, but where were the fans getting whole lemons? I'll tell you this much, I've never been to an NFL or college game where they're selling lemons. And also, to go on top of that, I've never heard of a fan sneaking in lemons into the game. I digress. Anyways, moving along here, getting on track with today's video, we gotta talk about the XFL again. Now I know what you're sitting there saying, yo Matt, why are we talking about them? And well, it's because they're doing it. And oh yeah, by the way, we're not doing no intro, none of that. We got one topic and one topic only to discuss. If you like football content, consider joining our community, and yeah, let's get straight into it. Although we haven't spoken or talked about the XFL in the past couple of weeks, I've been paying attention to it closely. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you guys and say, oh yeah, I've been watching every single game, because I haven't, but I've tuned in here and there. And I've been keeping up with the ratings and all that good stuff. And I do got to say, the one thing that has surprised me the most out of all of this isn't the ratings on TV, we'll talk about that in just a second, but it's the people actually showing up to the games. I guess I shouldn't be shocked about it because we're in America. America loves football, but the amount of people that are showing up to these games, it's blowing my mind. I thought in week 1 and week 2, yeah, you'd have a lot of people show up because they're curious and want to see some football, but by week 3 and week 4 and week 5, it died down. But no, it's actually growing. The attendance is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And what I'm starting to think is, okay, the attendance, if anything, it's not going to decline, it's going to incline. I don't want to sound like a broken record player, guys, but I cannot believe this number. At the most recent St. Louis Battlehawks game, they had 38,310 people show up. 38,000 people to show up to what most people label as some meaningless spring football league? Yeah, that's insane. And I'm going to show you these pictures right here. I mean, look at this. This looks like a packed out stadium. That's straight up unreal. Now, it is worth mentioning that St. Louis, they did previously have an NFL team, so maybe that's why they had so great of attendance. I think it's a combination of both. Number one, people want to see these games, and number two, St. Louis fans, they love their sports. It's unfortunate that the Rams went away, but that's a different conversation for a different day. If anything, what I think this proves is, if you put one of these XFL teams in a major city that doesn't have an NFL team, they can do some numbers. And I know what all of your naysayers and haters are going to say. Well, Matt, 38,000 people, that's nothing compared to the NFL. And I agree. Look, I need to clarify, I should have done this at the beginning of the video. Nobody was more of an antagonist and more of a hater than the XFL than me when it first started. When all these leagues start up, the XFL, the USFL, I could go on and on and on. I'm always a person that goes, yeah, this is just another bullcrap league. It's never going to work and yada, yada, yada. You know how it goes. I never take it serious because I don't think it's an actual serious threat, and I don't think anybody at all is going to watch it. But I will proudly say, up to this point with the XFL, I have been wrong. And I told all you guys this 3 weeks ago when we first talked about the XFL. It shocked me then. I turned on the TV by accident and started watching the games, and I enjoyed it. Is it college football? Is it NFL? No, but it's not supposed to be. It's the XFL. As far as it goes for entertainment, because that's what it is. That's what college football, that's what NFL is. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 5 or 6. The NFL, I'm giving it a 9, and college football, I'll give you a 10 to give you more perspective. But my point is with the XFL, and if you watch one of the games, you know this, it's not bad. It's actually enjoyable. For example, the USFL, I don't know what it was about it, if it was the way it was ran or whatnot. I tried watching it, but I was like, no, this just sucks. The XFL, I don't know what it is. It seems like they got it down pat. They got good broadcasters. Heck, they even got games on ESPN. They got fans coming to the game. And that's what makes it feel like it's something that could be special when you've got 38,000 people showing up to a game. Because you can feel that energy the fans are bringing through the TV and the commentators. People out there are starting to take the XFL serious, and that's something I don't think many people thought would happen. And when I say many people, I'm including myself. I didn't think they'd be doing what they're currently doing. I thought around week 4, 5, and 6, which we're heading into with the XFL, all the hype would die down and everybody would quit watching, but I'm wrong. And I'll tell you straight up, I'm glad I'm wrong. Now, as far as it goes, can the XFL have 70,000 people show up to games? Are they going to continue to have insane TV ratings? No, they're not, but guess what? Here's the good news. They don't need to do that stuff. You know why they don't need to? Because Disney, who owns pretty much the XFL, they just want them to have mediocre numbers to get through the offseason. Let's not overcomplicate this. The XFL, like I've said, I'm going to say it again, they're not supposed to be the NFL. They're not supposed to be college football. They're supposed to be the XFL. What do I mean by that? It means the XFL is like, okay, let's just have people tune in during the offseason so we don't have terrible numbers and ratings. Speaking of ratings, why don't we talk about it because they are important. It's what keeps the entire business going. Let's talk about them. This is going to look bad, but I'm going to explain it because it's not as bad as it seems. The XFL TV ratings declined 12.2%, which is a lot from week 3 to week 4. You see that and you're like, dang, that's not bad. They're heading in the wrong direction, but you got to remember they didn't have a lot of games on ESPN in the recent week. So that's the problem. I'm going to show you right here. The 2 games at the bottom, which were on ESPN, they got over 570,000 views. Or my bad, not views, but viewers. You get what I'm trying to say. And the DC and Vegas one, that got over 690,000 views. That's not bad at all. That's actually pretty solid. So I think ESPN, more importantly, Disney, for those of you that don't know this, Disney owns ESPN. I think Disney's looking at these numbers and they're going, yeah, that'll work. When you look at it on the grand scheme of things, the XFL, this is their first year back into business. They're doing really good. They really are. I don't even think they're just keeping the ship afloat. I think they're heading in the right direction. It's going to get bigger and better from here on out. People like football. It's as simple as that. Now, for me personally, I'm still having a hard time trying to get into it, and I don't care about it that much. I'll watch a game here and there, but what's getting me is I don't have that bond with a team, so I can't really be passionate about it, if you get what I'm trying to say. For example, the St. Louis fans, you got your St. Louis team, so yeah, you can root for them. You can be passionate about them. For me, I don't have that. The one thing that's keeping me engaged, though, is I like to see how all these former college football players that I used to watch, how they're doing. And also, one thing I like, I wish college and NFL would do this, but they're never going to do it, is how the players like the quarterback and the head coaches, they're mic'd up, so we're getting to hear what they're saying in live time. I do think that's pretty cool, and I like that aspect because it gives you some insight. The funny thing is, at the beginning of all this, the XFL, it wasn't even being taken serious, but now looking back on it, maybe we should have took it serious. Oh, wait, whoa, my bad. Almost forgot to bring this up. I can't believe I almost forgot to bring this up. But here's something to pay attention to. Week 5 for the XFL, which is going to be this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I'm curious to see how the viewership is going to be because, remember, March Madness is going on. I would expect the viewership to drop another 10, 20, maybe 25%. That's going to be something to keep your eyes on. I forgot about it, but I did want to speak on that. I have a hard time believing people are going to tune into an XFL game over March Madness, but hey, that's just me. I'm extremely curious. Let me know down below. Are you enjoying the XFL? Are you kind of enjoying it like I am? Are you not watching it? Are you watching maybe one game a week? Let me know. How's your experience? Yeah, that's pretty much all we got. Let me know your thoughts down below. But you know why I'm here. Gotta get this video to 8 minutes because I'm not gonna lie, these Bills are kicking my butt. So yeah, 1, 2, that.